Good afternoon, I'm Patrick Malater, founder of CPA Growth Partners and author of the new hardback 50 Shades of Sales. In today's edition of the CPA Growth Partners video blog, we're going to be describing your mindset. Now, your mindset is a fairly broad area overall. There are many in the area of human motivation that say that success in almost any undertaking is based 90% on your psychology or mindset, 10% on mechanics. Now, obviously, I don't know if those percentages are true or not. One's mindset is a fairly subjective area. I do know, though, to the extent that you have a poor psychology, your chances for failure are close to 100%. Now, in the next several videos, we're going to explore a number of mindset-related issues. This one, specifically the power of why. And then we'll follow up with sections on your beliefs and the twin fears of failure and rejection. Now, anytime that you are embarking on a new goal or learning a new subject area such as persuasion and influence, it's important for you to know your why. Having a strong why can act like rocket fuel that propels you towards your goals. Now, I have a number of personal stories illustrating this power of why, but one that comes to mind for me took place about 30 years ago when I was a senior manager with KPMG. Now, back one summer day, an insurance agent from one of the big shops came to visit me at my office. Early in on our conversation, he learned that my wife and I had 3 girls under the age of 5. Emphasizing the importance to save and how whole life insurance would be such a great tool to do that, he indicated that it was going to take us somewhere in the neighborhood of $200,000 to send those 3 girls to a state institution. Double that to a private university, and of course at some point in time I'd need to marry off those daughters for an extra $100,000 to $150,000 in wedding costs. Now, at the time I was probably earning somewhere between $40,000 and $45,000, and that sum of money was so extraordinary, he might as well have said it was going to take $300 to $350 million to send those daughters off to college and so on. Certainly, that whole arena emblazoned in my mind the need to go ahead and succeed in public accounting from a financial standpoint. Now, obviously, as the years passed and I was involved in building various practices, the whys took on a whole different set of arenas, and they were largely other-focused. Things like having an obligation to the employees of the unit and their families, having responsibilities to my partner group because they were deploying capital to go ahead and build those practices. Certainly our firm needed to have those services to be successful in the marketplace, and probably like you, there was a lot of personal pride to be successful as well. So how about you? What are some of your whys in order to master the influence and sales-related techniques that are being taught in this video program? You know, as Mick Jagger, lead singer of the Stones, sings in one of their best hits, "You Can't Always Get What You Want," he notes that you can't always get what you want, you get what you need. So why is it a must for you to go ahead and master these areas of influence, persuasion, and sales-related techniques? Why don't you go ahead and pause the tape now and list out 10 to 15 reasons why it's an absolute must for you to master these skills. Go ahead and pause the tape now. Hopefully you're back now. You know, this power of why also applies to teams as well. Industry teams, individual offices, and niche practice units. So any team that's struggling from a revenue perspective, it might make sense for you to gather the team around and discuss why revenue expansion is an absolute must for the team. Some of the reasons can end up being creating compelling career opportunities, improving net income per partner, succession reasons, building a strong industry-focused client base, bolstering the firm's marketplace status overall. And again, it's fun to be on a winning team. It's fun to grow. Maybe that's a compelling reason for the group. So leaders, I totally understand you don't have your teams with you here right now. Commit to me, though. You're going to gather your group and list out all of your team whys as far as turning around your practice unit revenues. Again, many high achievers really push this notion of why, illustrating that reasons come first, answers and actions come second. So once you go ahead and review your whys, if they're not strong enough, take some time to go tighten them up. Again, this will wrap up now our first section on this power of why. Join us next time where we'll be discussing your beliefs. Until then, I'm Patrick Malater. Be well.